Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monson Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning live broadcast available on Facebook and YouTube, where we examine the news from our city, our state, and our country. We combine those headlines with whatever you bring to the table: your questions, your ideas, your comments, your suggestions on how to better connect with each other and with our destination, Puerto Vallarta, our city for some, and our second city for others. One way or another, it is always a pleasure to get together with you here every morning, except for Sundays. Today is Monday, May 12th. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. We celebrated on Saturday. Some of you celebrated on Sunday. So, wherever you were this weekend, if you were celebrated or you were in the process of celebrating your mother or a mother, I don't know. I just hope it was absolutely wonderful. Today, as usual, I have collected some interesting headlines. Some of them are fun, others are curious. There's a couple of strange news that I found that I want to share with you regardless. And we are just going to dive in as usual. And as usual, if you want your comment to stand out later on in the comment section, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your question or comment. And of course, if you are watching live for the first time and would like a nice little welcome, please let us know by adding a capital letter N as in new, and we will just welcome you to the cluster. That's what we'll do. But first, let's take a look at some headlines. The announcement of an aquarium to be constructed at the La Isla Shopping Center is dividing opinions. The project will apparently feature some sort of underwater tunnel to watch the species contained in a large tank from underneath. And apparently, there will be penguins. There is no information as to when this will be constructed, but this photograph was taken right at the shopping center in that back area that had children's amusements for some time. But this makes me think, wasn't there an aquarium also announced at the maritime terminal? We certainly don't need two of them, and I actually wonder if we even need one. You let me know what you think about an aquarium in Puerto Vallarta in your comments, and we'll take a look at that in a short while. Now, a few days ago, I told you about this new tourism-related promotion weekend. La Gran Escapada, the Great Escape is what it's called. And local interest in the event is growing among the tourism business community. As I mentioned a few days ago, El Buen Fin del Turismo will consist of all sorts of vacation-related good deals and promotions offered by hotels and service providers and entertainers and tour operators throughout Mexico on the weekend of May 30th to June 1st. There is an official website, and I will include it in the show notes, although it presently only seems to be configured to accept submissions from participating businesses or businesses that would like to get more information. I am sure that at some point a consumer end will be added to the website, and that'll be its main thrust. But I'm going to include it in the show notes anyway, in case you want to take advantage of it. What would I be looking for? Personally, I would be looking for like open bus or plane tickets or open reservations at a great price in hotels and cities that I would like to visit. And why not? Maybe even a fun staycation here in Puerto Vallarta. One way or another, there's bound to be something good for most of us during this event. And as always, checking the fine print is always a good idea. Now, I found this on Banderas News this morning. The Puerto Vallarta Municipal Public Safety and Traffic Department has recently put more than 60 new vehicles into service to enhance security throughout the municipality of Puerto Vallarta. The details can be found in English in this article, again, originally published in English by Banderas News. Shout out to Denise Derame for always publishing interesting things that we can exchange. And I get a kick out of seeing how a lot of times Banderas News also publishes things that are mentioned here first. But it's all good. It all goes to a great purpose, which is to connecting us to things that matter. This is not happening in Puerto Vallarta, but it's happening around us a lot. An increasing number of forest fires in the municipalities of Mascota and Talpa de Allende forced authorities to cancel school some days during last week due to an atmospheric emergency declared by the Ministry of the Environment and Territorial Development. Similar fires have been taking place in other areas of Jalisco, and all I can think of is that it is time for rain to show up. Or maybe it's not something I'm thinking, it's something I am wishing. And speaking of that, I wonder if you felt a drizzle here in town over the weekend. We felt a few drops over the weekend, not far from the city. We were not here, but we were close enough. So if there was a drizzle during the weekend, please let me know, and we'll keep our fingers crossed so that water starts falling from the sky because it's getting very, very dry and dusty all over the place. And this one is a bummer because you just don't know exactly how to who to blame, or I don't understand if there are rules to blame someone, but an apparently irregular construction project caused a huge sinkhole under an adjacent building. You are in this photograph looking, this dark area is under another building, which is completed and it is occupied by tenants and families and whatnot. Um, and families are reported that there is danger and no authorities have responded. This happened over the weekend on Venustiano Carranza Street in Colonia Emiliano Zapata, right around number 576. Eyewitness reports indicate that the folks responsible for the irregular construction project were attempting to conceal the damage. One way or another, things don't look good for residents of the existing condo and also for the company responsible for the adjacent construction. I wouldn't want to be there on either one of those sides, and only God knows how the government goes about figuring out who's to blame here. We'll see how that develops, and I hope that whoever lives in that building will stay and be safe. Now, let's take a quick look at the weather just to see what snarky weather has to say for us this morning. Don't tell anyone, but I regularly send bad weather to areas with high concentration of climate change deniers. Well, that sounds like a worthwhile pursuit. It is 30 degrees out there right now. Humidity is at 68%. And our weather forecast for today, according to our snarky friend, says we're going to have a humid day with clear skies, a high of 32 and a low of 21. Then tomorrow, a humid day with clear skies again, a high of 32 and a low of 20. Wednesday, a humid day with clear skies, once again with a high of 32 and a low of 20. The weather and temperatures seem to be quite stable. If anything, it definitely feels humid now if you're not in town. It is back. And it is going to increase, and we're going to make the best of it because that's what we do. And speaking of making the best of it, here's a curious question. If you care to answer it, um, that would be lovely. If not, that would be lovely too. But I can count with one hand I can count with one hand the number of times that as an adult I have rolled off the bed in my sleep, and it happened to me again on Friday night. According to those around me, they heard a thunk, and then they heard me going, ow. And apparently, I was so fast asleep. The morning after, I woke up thinking, did this happen to me, or did I have a dream about falling down? And and I, of course, told my friends to poke fun at me as much as they want, because I kept saying, "So how did I get here?" And yes, there was some wine consumed. I will add that to the equation. But yay, I fell off the bed. Happens to the best of us. Thank goodness I didn't break anything, although I'm a little bruised. But everything is fair and okay, and it gave me a bunch of laughs along with my friends that I was with. While I was gone, as you know, I always keep track of what's going on out there, and this caught my eye over the weekend. A group of Guadalajara based trash collectors decided to decorate their trucks to commemorate Mother's Day, and I thought this was just so sweet. The detail took many by surprise, and there were images of the festive trucks posted all over Mexican social media, and I thought I would share this with you. I also want to tell you about this dinner that we are having, and you're welcome to join on Wednesday at Rico Indian on the Isla Rio Cuale. This will be this coming Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Why are we having dinner at Rico Indian? Why not? Selfishly, I will say that as the weather gets a little warmer and more humid, it becomes increasingly challenging for me to go and have dinner at an alfresco place like Rico Indian. But I love the food, I love the owner, and I love the staff. And I figured, what the heck? Let's have an end of spring, beginning of summer dinner at Isla Rio Cuale at Rico Indian. If you're around and would like to join, just take a quick look at the Facebook event, which I'm going to include in the show notes, and kindly RSVP so that I can notify the restaurant approximately how many people are expected. I look forward to this, and I hope you are too. Also, I wanted to mention that if you are craving comfy tacos, as in a comfy place to enjoy them, El Rey Barbecue Lounge de Versalles has been advertising these Tuesday tacos on Facebook, or Taco Tuesday rather, on Facebook. It goes from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., and they promise a complimentary tequila with each taco plate. This sounds good to me. I already have dinner plans for this Tuesday, but I will definitely consider this for the near future. And that's what I have to share with you. And now let's have a quick look at what's on your mind and what you bring to the table on this lovely Monday morning. Let's see, lots of good mornings, which are truly, truly awesome. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome back into town, Kathy. I got your sweet message about cat fostering. Um, Fostering? Yes, you foster a cat. That's the word. Yeah. I had a moment. I forgot the word. Anyhow, many, many, many good mornings. Many, many good mornings. Mary is watching on YouTube. So is Ron. So is Susan Davidson. How nice that our live YouTube watching community is growing. Um, Hello to my friend and community partner Stan, who's doing a great job with his neurofeedback Thursdays at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work. If you haven't experienced it, it is definitely something to consider. Stan says, gone are the cool mornings. Welcome to summer in Vallarta. Yes, my ceiling fan is having a field day. And I am making a note to self, I should find somebody that fixes or services or oils ceiling fans. I have no idea whether this is an easy thing to do, but I do think that mine could use a little cleaning. If anybody in the cluster happens to know of someone that does this, I would very much appreciate a tip. Let's see. Liz says about the aquarium, oh no, why? With open ocean and caring guide so close by. I hear you. I don't know that I'm too crazy about an aquarium here in town. Stan says the ocean is the biggest aquarium of them all. I mean, I still want to make it to the Guadalajara Zoo, and I still want to make it to the brand new aquarium in Mazatlan at some point. But increasingly, I don't know that I feel too good about enclosing animals in general. Um, but that's just me. I can see the flip side of that, and that's good as well. There's a queue. Thank you, Mary. Will I be able to take advantage of the discounts offered from here in Toronto? If you are referring to the special weekend, the answer is yes. Because at the end of the day, all the companies are looking for is to create opportunities for us to invest in great deals. So it's no different than, say, the United States Black Friday. I mean, being a Mexican national, I've shopped on Black Friday from Mexico, and there has never been a problem. So, Mary, again, I will keep an eye on the website, and as soon as the website becomes more public oriented, when they start publishing the deals, I will be so very happy to bring it back to the table in a future broadcast. Boom, boom, bum, bum. Oh my God, thank you so much for that, Laura. This weekend was full of so much um, beautiful symbolism. Some of it related to the passing of Luna, but also related to news and events and things that happened and coincidences. And one has to wonder, how does the universe figure out what to do and when? It's a big mystery. But yes, thank you. I had a lovely weekend. My first going away, not having to worry about who's going to take care of my kitty cat in 32 years. It was weird, but not unwelcome. And I'm happy, of course, to be back here at home with all of you doing what I love. Pum 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 ba 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 bum. Sinkholes are very worrisome, of course, and again, I hope this develops in a way that is prompt. Because I mean, look at what happened at Santa Barbara Street. That's still a mess, and it hasn't been fixed. So hopefully, this is not going to turn into one of those messes. Meggie has her take about the aquarium. I'm in favor if it's a rescue rehab situation for injured animals, but not if it's captivity with the only reason being entertainment. I totally hear you, and I that makes me wonder if other aquariums in the world make that distinction noticeable for the general public, because that sounds like the way to do it. Let's see what else we have. Ha! Sherry says, ouch. And I said, ow. Hold on, hold on. In Spanish, it's AU. Ow. And that's what I said, apparently. Barbara loves the decorated garbage trucks. Right. Wasn't that sweet? Boom, 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 boom. And you're absolutely correct, Laura. I know that I could have broken something, and it's not a fun business to fall off the bed. It's not a fun business to fall or trip and break anything. So I consider myself very fortunate. Aquariums act as one of the means of education for young children without submerging them underwater. Totally agree. Totally agree. And Chris says maybe it's time for a human zoo. Put those in one that want to put animals in one. Well, if I could get snarky, but no, it's only Monday and it's early in the morning. I think that there's several parts of our city, or any city, that start to feel more like a human zoo than others. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just happy to live where I live. I love my neighborhood, and I hope you do too. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for sharing with me the beginning of another week. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your sharing and your engagement. And thank you for another day. I will be back tomorrow morning for more coffee, headlines, and stories. Between now and then, have an awesome day.